Hello.
Hey Vicky, good evening. It's Caesar. How are you?
Doing good.
Great. Excuse me. Let me just drink a glass of water. Something got stuck in my throat.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. I think it's telling me that it's time for a cold one.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Friday. I know. Well. Hopefully, this would be a great conversation, and I can call it early. So let's see what we can do here. So it looks like you're looking to sell your property. Out on School Road. Is that right?
Yes.
Wonderful. How much are you looking to get for it?
Well, I don't want to go less than 50 just where it's at.
Oh, 50.
And
That's
it
right. You
needs
said that.
work.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you tell me what you got going on over there?
Well, the back room needs to be pretty much totally fixed. The reason it's so messed up, I had to evict some tenants, and they totally destroyed the house.
Uh-oh.
And then my husband passed away, and I just need
Oh,
to get rid of it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, but it's got all the flooring. It just needs, I guess it's the subfloor, the top flooring. Like I say, the back room needs to be refixed. It has a big old shop on the property. It's like an acre of land, but it's right behind the elementary school. So it's a good area. And I think just for the property itself, I could get 50 or 60 for the property. I wanted 60, but the less I'll take is 50.
Okay.
Just because of the property and where it's at.
Got it. Okay. And how many bedrooms and bathroom is it?
It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
So 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. Okay. Give me 1 second. So 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and what's the square footage?
I want to say like 1,500.
Okay. Online,
I'm really not real for sure.
Online it says 1,176 square feet.
Okay, that might be it too. I thought it was more than that.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted
I thought
to
it was way more than that. Yeah.
So would you say it's a full rehab? Is it like a full gut job or what?
Well, no, because I wouldn't say it's a full gut job, but it does need work.
It does need work, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to look for properties that got sold in that area. There's not. I haven't seen any like in the last 12 months. What's going on in here?
Yeah, people just bought them up after the flood, and which that one did not flood.
Okay, that's good. Do you guys
Up
is
on fillers.
how's the insurance? Do you guys have high insurance on it?
That one I don't have it insured. When I did have it insured, I was paying $1,200 a month just because I had renter's insurance on
Hmm.
it.
When you had renters in there, how much were you charging?
What was I charging? I think 800, and that was just because we knew the people. I have charged up to 1,200 on it, but the last ones was 8.
Got it. Okay. And how long have you been trying to sell this for now?
About 3 years.
Oh, about 3. Has it been vacant for 3 years?
It's not like it's on the. Yeah, it's been vacant. Yeah, when I evicted the people.
Which was 3 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Maybe you can help me out here because I'm having a hard time finding properties near you. Let's assume for a second we buy that property from you. We fix it up. We modernize it. Make it look like 2024. How much do you think we can sell that property for?
I want to say, probably 150, 160. I'm not real for sure because I'm not a realtor.
Yeah.
It appraises for 125. how it
125.
sits right now. Yeah.
Well, funny you said that because I was actually looking at it as 125 after I fix it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm looking at like some of the properties that are for sale right now in that neighborhood. When I say neighborhood, I have to like increase it to like a couple of miles. But for a 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Well, this is 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So.
Oh, sorry, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's what I meant. 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
Okay. Just bear with me, okay, for 1 minute. Okay, so this one, there's one. There's a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom on Windwood Street. It's going for $220,000.
That's about right. Vider property is real expensive. I don't know why. I mean, my taxes alone on that piece of property over there is over $3,000.
Yeah, the only problem that I have with it though is that $220,000, it's been sitting on the market for 123 days. It's like I'm in the business.
Yeah.
I'm in the business of moving my properties, not babysitting them. But let me double check because there is another property out there. Because the thing is, like a lot of times, and I have a lot of good realtor friends, but sometimes they kind of just go crazy with their numbers, and then the property sits for a long time, and then next thing you know, people are asking, well, why is it not selling? And then it backfires. You know what I mean?
I understand. Yep.
So I gotta kind of like read between the lines to see like what is it really worth. Just because a realtor tells me it's worth that much, I'm like, all right, well, if it's worth that much, you sell it for 30 days. Because if you can't sell it in 30 days, then I'm gonna have to disagree a little. So give me 1 second. I'm almost done here. All right. So 120 is what I would say. And just curious, would you happen to have any pictures of the property by any chance?
Not right now. I mean, I could get some.
Yeah. And you said you say you've been trying to sell this for 3 years now, or 5 years?
No,
3 years.
I haven't. It's off and on, like
Off and on.
I haven't put it on.
Yeah.
I have not put it through a realtor or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I had it also first of the year. I think it was like February. They were going to give me $60 for it, and when 3 years ago, I had to borrow money to pay the taxes on it because that's when my husband passed. I was going through hard time. I borrowed money on it, and then the next year I paid it off, or 4 years ago, I'm sorry. And they still had not released the lien. And I didn't realize that. So the people backed out of it because I had done signed the paperwork and everything, but it was going to take the people that I borrowed the money from 2 months to get me the lien release, and they backed out of it.
Got it. Okay. So is there any lien on it right now or no?
No.
So you own it free and clear?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm almost done here. Let me ask you one last question, if you don't mind. Actually, 2 questions, but let me ask you this. I know you've been trying to sell it for, on and off 3 years. I mean, what's the ideal solution for you? Is this something that you actually want to sell it, or is it something where you'll sit on it for as long as possible until you get the price that you want for it?
I really just need to get rid of it. I have a house right next door to it that I live in.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, I can't manage both properties.
Got it.
Because mine is almost 6 acres. My house is 3,400 square feet. I can't do both of them by myself.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay, well, just to let you know, just if you don't mind, I'll give you a little background as far as like our business, what we do, how we do things, and then I'll give you my offer. Okay. Um, our business, there's three of us. We're equal partners in the business, and our business is headquartered in Austin, Texas. And so whenever we buy properties outside of our market, we like to partner with local investors. And the only reason why we do that, Vicky, is because we always want to make sure that we have a set of eyes on our project at all times. It's just a great way for us to protect our investment. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that someone can drive there within 15, 30 minutes and make sure that the guys are working the property, right? Fixing it. Usually what we do is we do 14-day closes. So we don't, we don't want to tie you up for a long time. But we do need a little bit of time to, one, to do a title search. Two, I need to send a few contractors out there so that I can get the bid, right? So I can get some bid on the rehab. And then three, I will be sending some of the local investors that I've partnered with in the past to see if they want to partner with me on the deal. Okay. So when we get in agreements with folks, with sellers, it's a 14-day close or sooner. We'll pay cash. We'll buy the property as is, so you don't have to fix anything. And then also we'll pay all the closing costs and no realtor fees. Okay. One last question for you before I get into my offer is, if you were to modernize that place, how much do you think it would cost? Like completely modernized, not just a lipstick on a pig, so to speak, but modernize it, make it look like 2020, 2024.
I'd say I'm me about 50,000.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yep.
I have no idea.
Yep. Nope. You're 100% right. That's exactly where I was putting it as well, at 50,000. 50, maybe 40 at the lowest.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, so let me explain to you how I do this thing, and then if it makes sense for you, it makes sense. If not, I understand. No harm, no foul. Okay. So when I look at the properties in the area based on the square footage and everything else, looking at it, I can probably sell that property for 120, maybe 125 at the highest. Okay. So at 125,000, the way I look at it is 125. I gotta back in the $50,000 into it. So 125 minus 50, that's 75,000. Okay. Now from 75,000, one of the things that sellers tend to miss is I also have to look at my other expenses, which is my closing costs when I sell the property. Not when I buy it from you, because that's part of the deal, but when I sell the property. And then also any costs that I have to carry between now and when I sell the property. Okay. And that's 12% of the after repair value, which is 125. So 12% of 125,000 is 15,000. Okay. So from 75, I have to subtract the 15. So that gets me to what? 60,000, right? So from 60,000, as far as my business model goes, I'm not trying to get rich off one deal, because we close about 5 to 7 deals a month. But in order for us to keep our lights on, it's dollar in, dollar out. So if I put in $40,000 to $50,000 of rehab, I'm looking for $40,000 to $50,000 of profit, because there's that much work that needs to be done in it, right? So from 65, or sorry, what was I? 60. I subtract the 40. I'm not even going to subtract the 50. I'll just subtract 40. I'll be conservative against my better judgment. But I got to subtract that 40. So that really just leaves me at 20 in order for it to make sense for me. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'd be losing money.
Yeah, I can't let it go for 20. I'll settle it.
No, I understand. And that the thing is, like any other investors, unless they own their own crew, that $50,000 that you're asking for, which is fine. I get that's how much you want to get for it. It's just a little bit too high. Well, let me ask you, just curious, if $20,000 is too low for you and $50,000 is way too high for me, is there even a number in between that would still put a smile on your face where you're like, okay, Caesar, I'll go a little bit lower so that you have a little bit of meat on the bone, but I'm also happy walking away with it?
I would hate to get less than 40.
Less than 40? Okay. Hmm. There's one place I need to look at. Give me 1 second. And you said I can only get $800 a month for that? This is how much you were renting it out for? But that was 3 years ago, though, right? That was 3 years ago.
Right. I'd say you could get to close to 12 to 15 for it right now. I mean, once you fixed it, not a problem, because that's what rent goes for here in Visor.
1,200, huh?
Yep. I mean, that would be the less. You could probably get more being it's the size house it is. I know people that pay $1,500 just for a 1-bedroom apartment here. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's what I can do. Why don't I do this? Let's get in a quick 14-day close agreement. Okay. And in those 14 days, I'll get an agreement with you at 40. In those 14 days, I'll get my contractors out there. I'll get a few bids. If I can get my repair costs down to the price point that I need, then we'll be good to go at 40. If I'm coming a little bit below, I will always come back to you and let you know. And then at that point, if you don't want to do it, then we rip the contract in half. But if you say, hey, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like I'm happy with, I don't know, 38, 35, whatever it is, right? Like I got to get some bids in there. Then yeah. But one way or the other, while we're in agreement, if we have to negotiate and come down on price, you always have the right to say no, and we rip the contract in half. You know what I mean? But if you're okay with that, I'd be more than happy to get in a 14-day agreement with you at 40, and then let's see what we can do. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. Vicky, let me text you the email address that I have on here. Let me know if that's your email address. I just want to make sure.
Hang on. Yeah, that's it.
Is that it? Okay. And Vicky, do you have maybe 5 more minutes by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, because what I can do is it'll only take me 1 minute to 2 minutes to draft the agreement, which is only 2 pages, by the way. You'll love it. Pretty straightforward. And then I can send it to you, and then I can quickly go over it with you from top to bottom. It'll take me like 1 minute to go over it. Is that cool with you?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Where did you go? How did I lose you? Okay. Okay, so give me like a quick minute, okay? While I do this.
Okay.
Do your thing, and I'll let you know when I'm back on.
Yeah, boy. Maybe stand upstairs, maybe. And then you might jump up there. You can jump up there. You get in your crate up there. Go. Come on.
Are those your grandkids?
Yes. Well, one grandkid and my dog.
Ah, nice.
We were outside playing volleyball, so we're sitting on the back of the truck right now.
Yeah. By the way, do you have any other properties besides this one, or it's just the one that you live in next door? Gotcha.
Just the one next door, yeah. And that one might go for sale first of the year.
Yeah, you're gonna put that on the market?
Somewhere, yeah.
And then the is it, can we put a lockbox on there so when we have people going, or do we just give you like or can you put like the key under a mat? Like how would that work as far as doing walkthroughs?
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, because if you can put a lockbox, that would be great. And the only reason why is because sometimes it's kind of hard. There are times when my contractor would be like, "Oh, Caesar, I'm actually down the street looking at another property. Can we just go see it right now?" And then if you're not there, it would be great to just be able to have a lockbox where we can easily just show the property. That being said, even though you do have a lockbox, I will always let you know when we have people to go over there, so at least you're aware.
Okay.
All right, I'm sending it right now. Do you have access to your email through your phone?
I'm trying to get it to come on right now. For some reason, it's saying it's unable.
Uh-oh.
Hang on 1 minute.
That's all right. Take your time. Let me know once you have it open.
Okay. Come on. What is going on? Hang on. This is going to take me a minute. All right, I got it up.
You got it up? All right, let me know what you see once you open the document. It should say contract for the purchase and sale of real estate and then date on this day. Do you see that?
Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to find the document. Just let him swallow it. I'm not going to fight to get it out of his mouth. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Hang on just a minute. Okay, I see it. Okay, Allied, 290 School Road. All right, what do I need to do?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I just wanted to make sure that that's the correct address. So if you see subject property,
Yeah, I checked that. 290 School Road, yeah.
yep, so we're good. The legal description, I got that from the county assessor, so we're good to go on that one. Purchase price is $40,000 cash. And acceptance date is today. And then closing date, I put the 28th.
Okay.
Okay. Title company, I just put to be determined. A lot of times when I partner with someone, I give them the option to choose their title company that they like to use. So I just leave it to be determined for now. Pictures and access. Yeah, at some point, can you either put a lockbox on there or let me know where the key is, so in that way we can show the properties when we need to our contractors.
Yeah.
Also, in the meantime, doesn't have to be tonight, but maybe over the weekend, could you send me pictures of the property, maybe two angles per room, and then zoomed out, and then the outdoor as well, the outside? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
Wonderful. And if you scroll down, inspections, it just says that you're giving us the ability to inspect the property. Renegotiation based on condition, that's what I mentioned earlier. Like, if all of my contractors are coming in at a higher number and there's actually a lot more work that needs to be done, at that point, we simply rip the contract in half, or we say, hey, here's where we need to be. You're okay with that? We'll move forward. If not, c'est la vie. We say goodbye to each other. No harm, no foul.
Okay.
And then the rest is just, any risk, any prorated taxes or proration of utility bills. Obviously, you'll be responsible for that, and then anything after closing we'll be responsible for. Top of page 3, assignable contract. So what that means, are you there by any chance? I just want to make sure I'm not talking and you're not looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Assignable contract. This doesn't happen too often, but sometimes it does. What it means is that there are times when maybe the partner that I have just falls in love with your property, right? He's like, Caesar, you guys are out in Austin. I'm here. I can move a lot faster without you. I like this project. I want to take it on for myself, right? If that were to happen, instead of me slowing down or stopping the sale, all I will do is simply step aside and assign the contract over to that partner of mine. So in that way, you still get your $40,000 in the time frame that we discussed. Does that sound fair?
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. And then obviously, you said there's no judgments. If there are, then obviously we'll figure that out once we get there. We're in accordance to the law of Texas. And then the rest, you just sign. Once you sign, it will ask me to sign. And then once I sign, you automatically get a copy of the fully executed document.
Okay.
Let me know once you sign it.
I cannot sign with a finger. All right, it's fine.
All right, wonderful. I'll go ahead and sign it myself.